Welcome back to Narrow Ground Entertainment. I'm Steve the Unimpressed. This is episode 3 of Steve Solo's 7 Days to Die Alpha 19. In today's episode, I am going to collect some of the airdrops that I have been leaving scattered about the world. I'm going to start with this one up to the north of me. And there's one out here in the snow region. I circle down to that one, and then there's another one down to the south of me, which I'm not sure whether that's going to be in snow or in the kind of plains area where I built my base. But I guess we'll find out when we get there, if we get there. Since that one is last on the list, if we have to skip one, it's probably going to be that one. Before I do that, though, I'm going to run down the hill and place these 2 new farm plots that I made yesterday. And we will see what we have enough stuff to make seeds from to put in them. First, I'm going to take out this guy, though. Works better if you have a round in the chamber. Come here. That was painless. You know, for me. I'm going to put those 2 farm plots on the blueberries and the pumpkins. I'm going to try to keep these growing in relatively neat rows. And I'm going to do that even though I don't have any more pumpkin or blueberry seeds to plant right now, because I'm not sure how much more rotten flesh I'll get, and I need that to make any more of these. So I don't want to devote too much of it, or too many of my farm plots to corn and coffee when I'm already producing enough of those, and I don't know when or if I will be getting more farm plots. Nothing is harvestable right now, so I'm just going to continue on my way, and maybe I'll check back in on the farm later, and maybe I won't have time for that. We will see. For now, I'm going to get off to the first airdrop. Hello. I guess I get more farm plots after all. Wasn't expecting you. And some of his friends showed up. I didn't actually bring that much ammo with me, so I'm going to deal with these guys with the bat. Now, just before the dog showed up, followed by all the rest of those, I was thinking, I should chop open the stump and see if there's any honey in it. So now I'm going to do that. And there wasn't. Sometimes you can find honey in the stumps that are lying around the world if you chop them up. But sometimes not. Oh, crap. Well, I'm not dead yet. I will be if I can't aim better than that, though. Okay, one dead. Two dead. And that's why I was leaving bears alone. They take a lot of bullets to kill. They do, however, also provide a lot of meat. 45 meat from that guy. Where is this airdrop? I see a cougar. Alright, we're finally close to the airdrop. Cougar and a zombie are fighting over there. I hope they both win. Alright, airdrop. Under a tree. We got some armor, some first aid kits, and schematic to make a 44 Magnum. I'll go ahead and read that. And I'm going to use one of the first aid kits. That will help with my cuts and improve my health. Some of the other status effects I have right now are going to be more difficult to get rid of. Apparently I can use painkillers to treat a concussion. I didn't know that. That, I think, has changed. Duh. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Apparently the cougar won that fight. More meat. More meat and more glue. Okay, so far this has been a relatively successful expedition, and it's only 10 a.m., but I'm going to go back to base because I am almost out of rifle ammo. Yeah, I found some painkillers in a weathered sports bag, so I'm going to go ahead and use those. Hey, and my concussion's gone. I'm not sure that's realistic. But it's a game. How much realism do you want? Painkillers cure headaches, but I'm not so sure about concussions. This is apocalypse medicine, though. Things don't quite work the way they're supposed to. I have never been so happy to see that. Well, that could have gone worse. For all I nearly got killed, came back with some extra armor, some first aid kits, knowledge of how to make a 44 Magnum now, and I also found in a pile of garbage on the way home another skill book, which was Tech Junkie Volume 2. I don't really use the robot turrets very much in this game, or I haven't before. I might have to start experimenting with those a little bit, but I don't believe the Tech Junkie skill book was even in Alpha 18, so I think that's a new thing. Right now, though, I'm going to see if I have anything to treat infection. I don't think I do. Oh, I do. I have some jars of honey. That's one of the reasons I was breaking open that stump to look for honey. Honey treats infection. I also came back with a bunch of eggs. Bunch of eggs and a bunch of meat and a little bit of rotten flesh for making more farm plots. I'm going to reload on ammo, and then I will go back out towards this this one out in the snow. which I might come to regret, but I'll do it anyway. It's almost 2, we are reloaded on ammunition and food, and I am heading out to check on that second airdrop, assuming I can get to it. Guess we'll see about that. I'm not going to run through the barn because it's entirely likely that some of the zombies I've cleared out of there before have respawned by this point. Zombies respawn much more quickly in structures than loot does. I'm going to follow the road down to it to see if I can run across any more gut piles I can harvest to make more farm plots. Crap. Again? Okay, that's 2 bears. Gonna make a bearskin rug with that. I wish. Not a thing in this game. Ah. Oh, I see another cougar off there too. Ah, crap, I didn't reload this. Always remember to reload your weapons. Otherwise they'll be useless the next time you pull them out. Hey, there. Got some honey from that stump. Which is good, that replenishes my supply. I had to use one, and I found one in this episode. Oh, for the love of... I've asked it before, how many of these things are there? The answer does always seem to be more. However, it is nice that I can deal with them at range now. Come here. After fighting 2 bears, your risk level has been downgraded. I don't like that it's suddenly foggy up here. Makes it a little harder to see the wild animals before I'm right on top of them. But we're at our second airdrop. Let's see what's inside. Ooh, rifle ammunition. Need lots of that. Robotics parts. An iron spear, some armor parts, and some 44 Magnum ammo. Not sure if I'm going to use the robotics parts at all, but I will happily replace my stone spear with the iron spear. Even at 1 quality level lower, it's still a significantly better weapon than the stone spear that I had. So, and then I'm going to chop up these 2 stumps, since I probably won't be back to this little gorge. That might have missed him entirely. While I was looking at my map there, I decided that I am going to try and get down to this last airdrop still. We're running out of daylight, so it's a little bit risky to try going that far, but I might as well. I seem to be having great success today. So So might as well try to draw it out as long as we can. Well, as it turns out, this airdrop is actually going to be in a desert area, and I'm kind of glad that I have finally run across one of those, because this ore deposit right in front of me is oil. So that will be useful later on in the game when I have vehicles and power tools. I will want to come here and mine some of that. And just judging from the skyline of this little town, which I had kind of known was here, but I had never come and looked at, we've got some fairly significant points of interest in here to loot. So I will have to come back and investigate this further later. But for now, it's already 7. It's been a pretty productive day. I'm going to find this last airdrop, grab whatever's in it, and get out of Dodge. Of course, I'm going to pick through every pile of trash on the road and all along the way to that. Why wouldn't you? There were some coffee seeds in that one. Of course, what I really need is potato seeds, but here's a vulture. And a utility worker? I think that might have just been a farmer. Vultures also provide rotten flesh, so we're going to cut him up. No sense letting him go to waste. Hey, the schematic for a mini bike chassis. Some of that is going to be less than useful, but we'll take it anyway. And now, let's head towards home. I think it's probable that I'm going to wind up making some of this trip in the dark, which is less than ideal, but serves me right for not going home when I knew I should. Another thing I'm going to do while I'm here in the desert is collect a few aloe vera plants. How many do I have from that? I want enough to make at least 1 aloe vera seed so that I can start growing that myself. I might already have some back at the base, but let me just grab, here we go, 1 more, and that'll be enough for me to make a seed. Aloe vera is useful in crafting some of the better medical things. I think these skulls give you bones. I'm not sure what you're supposed to harvest them with, though. And not your fist. Pickaxe seems to work pretty well. Just after dark, and here we are. Home sweet roofless wooden box. And I brought back so much stuff. Well, one thing I can say for sure is that after today, the next episode is going to have to start with a trip to the trader. I have a bunch of stuff to sell. Everything from the leather hood down to the blunderbusses is stuff that I need to sell off to the trader. And I am going to sell off the 2 blunderbusses, even though I've had them for quite a while, because I just don't use them anymore. There isn't any point in keeping them. Which reminds me, I should actually go in here and pull out all the blunderbuss ammo that I have and sell that too. Because if you don't own any more blunderbusses, you don't have much use for blunderbuss ammo. This was honestly a very productive episode. I got all 3 of the airdrops and killed 2 bears, and I lost track of how many cougars I killed in this episode. I think it was 4. It was at least 3, but I think it might have been 4. I'll have to count when I edit. But that's not bad. I've gone from being killed 4 times in an episode by cougars to killing 4 cougars and 2 bears in an episode. And I had been trying to avoid tangling with the bears for now because I wasn't quite ready to deal with them. And I'm still not quite ready to deal with them, but when I encounter them I can not die now. I am also going to have to turn some attention to the farm in the next episode because I got a lot of rotten flesh in this episode. Starting with that dog that surprised me while I was looking at a stump, and I found quite a number of gut piles while I was running around looking for the airdrops. So I have enough rotten flesh right now to make, look, I believe that's 6 farm plots. I'm just going to go ahead and get those started right now. So that is quite a bit of new farmland for me. That's where I'm going to leave it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Give the episode a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content from me. And if you want to help my channel grow, please share it with your friends. Goodbye and God bless.